morning to you students. Today we are going to see about a new poem, The Laburnum Top, written by Ted Hughes. So this poem is written by Ted Hughes and it's about repaying a relationship between a laburnum tree and a goldfinch bird. So laburnum tree is yellow in color and it's very silent and it is death-like. Death-like means it's freezing. It stood still for just like that. And is made alive by the bird and her young ones. So the bird is also yellow in color. So this yellow bird has a shelter on the tree where she used to feed her young ones. But as soon as the bird leaves to fly in the sky, the tree again becomes silent and it becomes death-like again. So this is the outline sketch of the poem. So before going into the lines, we'll see a small introduction about the poem. So here the poem Laburnum Top was written by Ted Hughes. So his full name is Edward James Hughes. So he was born on 17th August 1930 and he was an English poet, translator and a children's writer. So critics they frequently rank him as one of the best poet of his generation and one of the 20th century's greatest writers. He was also appointed as a Poets Laureate in 1984 and held the office until his death. So in 2008, the Times newspaper, it ranked Hughes 4th on their list of the 50 greatest British writers since 1945. So he died on 28 October 1998. So now we'll move on to the lines of the poem. The laburnum top is silent, quite still in the afternoon yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. Here laburnum means it's a short tree with hanging branches with yellow flowers and poisonous seeds. So here in the above lines, the poet says that he saw a laburnum tree whose leaves were yellow in color. So the tree's top is stood still and it was silent in the daytime of September month. So September month means it's autumn season. So in that autumn season and all the seeds of the trees had fallen on the ground. So here the poet has used the word yellow for the leaves and sunlight. So here this color yellow, it symbolizes silence, death and beauty. So he describes the whole scene, the whole stanzas as a scene of tree with this color. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirp, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and a machine starts up of chitterlings and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. Here goldfinch means a small singing bird with yellow feathers on its wings. And twitching means a sudden jerk movement and chirp means a bird making repeated high-pitched sounds. And startlement means feeling or showing a sudden shock. And abrupt means rapid changes and chittering means to make a chattering sound. And tremor of wings means involuntary vibration of the wings. And trilling means to produce a chirping sound. And trembles means to shake. A thrill means a sudden feeling of excitement. So in this stanza, the poet says that a goldfinch bird means a small singing bird, yellow in color. So the bird here, it comes to the end of the death-like tree. Death-like tree means the tree was very silent and makes a sudden chirp sound. So all that while the tree was so silent, so suddenly this bird comes to the end and it makes a chirping sound. And this bird is being very fast and alert like a lizard and it sits on the branches of the tree. And she is moving towards the thickness of the branch and there her babies, the younger one of this bird, started chirping and doing vibration with their wings. And they also started making sound like a machine. And because of these kind of moments of the bird and her younger ones, the tree started to shake and thrill. So till now the tree was so silent. So now because of this bird and her children, and the voice, the chirping sounds of the younger ones, this tree starts to shake and thrill. So here the poet has given two opposite scenarios of the tree. First one, the tree, it's being death-like and it was still. And second thing, when the bird flew and came into the tree, the bird has given life and shelter. The bird has given life to the tree, and the tree has given shelter to the bird and her younger ones. It is the engine of her family. She strokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her bad face identity mask. Here flirts out means lead on to, stoke means to add fuel to the engine, and bard means stripping. So here in this lines the poet says that the laburnum tree and the goldfinch bird are the engine of their family. So for the tree itself is the engine of the family, and for the goldfinch bird, the bird is the engine, the energy of the family, because the bird, she provides food to her younger ones, to her babies, and she moves to the other branch end. And her dark color strip face, so her face, only her face was visible because her face was dark in color, but her body was yellow in color. Also the laburnum tree's flowers is also yellow in color. So both the tree and the bird was in yellow in color, but only the face is different in color. So only her face was visible, and this bird, she hides behind the yellow leaves of the tree. Then with the air delicate, whistle chirp whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to empty. Air means weird and strange, and whistle chirp means a gentle whisper like a chirping of the bird, and subside means diminishes. So here, after feeding her younger ones, his babies, and she is moving to the end of the branch, and the bird, she makes a sweet chirping sound just like a whispering, and she started to fly away towards the infinite sky. So when she started flying away towards the sky, it again makes the laburnum tree silent and death-like. So when the bird, she came inside into the tree, the still tree becomes soundful. Everything was colorful, and there were so much of sound, and the tree started shaking. And now when she flew away towards the sky, again the laburnum tree becomes silent and death-like. So that's all about the poem. So now we'll see the poetic devices used in this poem. So first one is alliteration. Alliteration means the repetition of consonant sounds. So here in the words September and sunlight, sa sound of the alphabet S is repeated, and in the words tree trembles, the sound ta of alphabet T is repeated. So here alliteration is used. And next one is metaphor. Metaphor means indirect comparison between two things. So here in the lines, she enters the thickness and the machine starts up. So here the noise created by the movement of the words is compared to a machine's noise. So here metaphor is used. It is the engine of a family, showing her bad face identity mask. So here engine is compared to the bird's energy, and the face identity mask, it compares to the colors, a different color of the bird. So here also metaphor is used. Next one is simile. Simile means comparison between two things, like or as. So here sleek as a lizard. So here simile is used. Next one is personification. Personification means attributing of personal characteristics to something non-human. Okay. So here the whole tree trembles and thrills. So here the tree is a non-living thing, but it is portrayed as a human being. So here personification is used. Next one is transferred epithet. Transferred epithet means the figure of speech where the adverb is transferred to another noun. So here her bad face identity mask. So here also in these lines the adverb is transferred to another noun. So here also transferred epithet is used. So I hope you guys understood about the poem. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you in the next class.